Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI for wisdom and understanding of the gospel of His truth. Now, the name of this video is going to be entitled Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. So, we are going to, of course, start off with that verse to start this lesson. Okay, we all should know this verse by heart, though, but I'll just read it for what it says. Actually, it's locking. I was just looking at the side note I put on there. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Now, I want you to notice that it says that they shall surely be put to death. It doesn't say that well, if the politicians say to kill them, then do it. But if it says, if the politicians say to kill them or to let them live, and that's what you're supposed to do. But the scriptures say they shall surely be killed. Okay? So it shall happen, man. Alright, so over here, hey, I gotta watch what I say, man. That's why I'm not gonna be putting nothing, in the video title. Alright, like, for example, just a few days ago, Elder Apostle Dahar did a video, I believe he called it This Is What They Do or something like that, where he put a link to a video with just two gay homosexuals. Oh, he just said that, now we should get, video taken down. Inside joke there. But yeah, that's what it says. And it basically showed two homosexuals making out, man. And the ironic thing is, this video, if I'm not mistaken, it had over 100,000 views. Might even had 1 million views. I don't exactly remember. But damn, man, I'm telling you, it's like, it just shows how evil this man is. Alright? For example, over here in Babylon the Great, which is America, not the Vatican City, just to throw that truth out there real quick. Okay? That over here in Babylon, if you sleep with someone under a magic number, which that's wrong, according to the scriptures, the age of consent and sexual maturity, that's what the Bible says. Okay? But over here, you can sleep with a dog in California, and they're not going to kill you for that. They'll let you go for sleeping with an animal. The scriptures say, Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 15, and if any man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and he shall slay the beast. Right, so if a man lays with an animal, he should be killed. If he slept with an animal as well, you should also kill the animal. Here in America, you could go on any adult website, and you can find bestiality videos on there, man. A lot of them have whole sections of it on there, man. And I'm sure we all ran into it at some point or another, man. It just shows you how sick this devil is, man. The Esau, all right, Esau, the so-called white man. All right, just shows you this man's the devil, man. All right, and then somebody might say, well, it says a man, it doesn't say a woman, so therefore it's okay for a woman to do it. Well, this is Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 16. And if a woman approach unto a beast and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Right. Now somebody's also gonna try to bring up this contradiction. They'll say that the Ten Commandments say, thou shalt not kill. And they'll say, well, if you kill that person, then you're breaking the commandments. That's not true, because the commandment actually said, thou shalt not murder. There's a difference, believe it or not, there's a difference between killing somebody and murder. Okay? Would you argue and say that if a man goes out and kills 10 people, and then they put him in an electric chair, if I can speak today, if they put him in an electric chair for murdering 10 people, 10 so-called innocent people, and I say so-called because Job chapter 4 verse 7, remember I pray thee whoever perish being innocent. But anyway, would you say that those cops murdered that man? by putting him into an electric chair? I would say no. Why? Because he deserved to be killed. The scriptures say that if a man kills another man, then he should be put to death. Now keep in mind, war, that's different, okay? Because, you're fighting against the other nations. All right, so if you kill somebody who's trying to kill you, then that's not going to be held against you. Same thing with self-defense. If someone breaks in my house and I shoot them to death, well, that's perfectly justified. But guess what? Some places here in America, I've heard stories where people got put in prison because they killed somebody with a gun for breaking into their house. So they got put in prison for what's the word I'm looking for? Self-protection, man. This shows you how evil this country is, man. And America's going to pay. All right, you are going to pay for what you're doing. All right? As the scriptures say, her sins reach unto heaven, and Yahawah have remembered her iniquities. Now again, that's talking about America. That's not talking about the Vatican City. The Vatican City isn't pushing homosexuality. America sure is, though. You couldn't even argue that statement. Okay? Oh, here we go. This is a good one, man. I'll tell you this, man. Once who the world calls Jesus Christ, right? Or his real name's Yahawashi. Once Yahawashi gets back, once he makes that return, and all these nations are put down, as it says in Isaiah the 9th chapter, starting at verse 5, that these laws are going to be put, the first scriptures say, for the elect, these laws shall be put in their inward parts. Okay? So when we're in the new covenant, which we're not yet in, when we are in the new covenant, the laws will be in our inward parts, man. Okay? Meaning we will know the law by heart. Okay? Like the ancient world. Okay? But the point is, when the Most High returns, these laws will be put into pure effect. Okay? So, if you go out and sleep with another man's wife, then you're getting put to death. If you are a faggot, you're going to get your ass put to death. Okay? If you sleep with a child, which a child's a person in between birth and puberty, alright, then you're going to get your ass put to death. If you choose not to worship the God of Israel, then you're going to be killed. What is it? I believe it's, 1 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 13. And whosoever don't believe in the Lord, the God of Israel, they should be put to death, whether they be small or great, whether they be a man or a woman. Right. Anyway, Leviticus chapter 20. Let's see. In verse 10. And the man that commits adultery with another man's wife, even he that commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall be put to death. Right, so if the woman that, let's say, let's put it this way. Over here in Babylon, America, which I'm sure they got this in very many countries across the world, but specifically over here in America, there's certain websites you can go to where you can meet up with, maybe single mothers or just, wives that are trying to cheat on their husbands, and you can sleep with them for free. Okay, you can commit adultery and nothing's gonna happen to you, man. All right, so you clearly see this country must pay for its evil, and it's you got the one man, the dictator over Babylon right now is Donald Trump, right? And he's a so-called Christian. Well, he ain't no Christian, because first of all, the Lord's people are not Christians. The Lord's people are Jews. Okay, but anyway, let's deal with this. Okay, America is not a nation under God, just like it says on your currency, and how you say in your your pledge. Okay, to the idol, the flag. Okay, like I remember a few years ago, which we'll have to do a video going over the image of the beast. Okay, when you're dealing with remember back in, I think it was 2015 or 2016, the NFL players they took a kneel to the anthem, and they received a ton of backlash for that stance they took, man. And the reason I did that because they seen how poorly blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are being treated in this country, man. Okay? So they took a stance for it, and they got put down for that, man. Okay? Their ratings went soaring down. Okay, why is that? Because they did not bow down to the idol. Okay? Just like in ancient, Babylon, I believe it was. I know one of the names of them was Meshach and Abednego. I forget the name of the third guy. But when King, I believe it was Nebuchadnezzar, when he had them, the people come and worship the statue, basically it was like, yeah, when you start hearing the drums and all the music, then you bow down towards the earth to this golden statue. Okay? It's the same thing here in America. For example, if you're in a classroom, what is the first thing they do in the morning? All right, when everyone's there, you turn towards the American flag on the ceiling, and once everyone starts singing their anthem, then you put your hand over your, or let me do it this way, right? You put your hand over your heart, and then you do the anthem. Okay, that's what it is. That's worship. Okay. But that's a whole nother video. Slacky. I don't want to get too far off topic, but sometimes the Spirit just rolls and you bring out, more information that you anticipate to bring out. Okay, but hey, it's all for the Spirit and power of YAHAWAH BAHASHM YAHAWASHI. Okay, now the next place we're going to stop is the book of Exodus, chapter 22. Verse 19. Alright? Let me see. Yeah, it even says the same thing here in Exodus. Okay? It says, Exodus chapter 22 and verse 19. Whosoever lies with a beast, they shall surely be put to death. Verse 20, he that sacrifices unto any god, save unto the Lord only, he shall be utterly destroyed. Okay? And what can you do here in America, man? If you want to go worship a tree, they'll allow you to do that, man. Okay? Well, that's going on. The Lord is not with freedom, so-called freedom of religion. God, the so-called God is not with that, man. Okay? And that's one of the reasons why this place is so messed up, man. The way it's supposed to be is the Muslims will be where they're at, the Jews will be where they're at, so-called Christians can go where they're at, Muslims, they can go where they go. Might have said them twice. But the point of the matter is, each people stays with their own people, man. And this also proves America's Babylon, because when you read back in Genesis, right, when it speaks about the Tower of Babel, basically, what happened there, man? All these people came together, so the Lord decided to confuse the languages, and that's why right now today there's multiple different languages, man. Even here in America, man. Okay. There's many people you'll meet on a daily basis that if you got into a conversation with them, you wouldn't be able to understand what they're saying because they're speaking another language. And that's confusion. All right? That's pure confusion. But the Lord did that for a reason. Okay? Anyway, let's go ahead and get this. This is a good one. Which may I also mention, this is in the New Testament, by the way. Okay, in case there's anybody watching this who does not believe in the Old Testament, like Ridge speaks, all right, or anyone else who comes across this lesson, okay, this is in the New Testament, may I also add, okay. Let's see. Romans chapter, what is it? Romans chapter 1. in verse, let's start at verse 24. Wherefore Yahawah also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahawah into a lie, who worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause Yahawah gave them unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was meant. And even as they did not like to retain Yahawah in their knowledge, Yahawah gave them over to a reprobate mind. Oh, remember Job chapter 12 and verse 16, with him is strength and wisdom, the deceived and the deceiver are his. Okay? To do those things which are not convenient. Okay? So, even in the New Testament, it mentions that homosexuality is an abomination, man. Okay? So there's no way around it, man. Okay? Homosexuality, the Lord is against it, man. Okay? Now, I know certain people, I'm not going to say nothing, but I know certain individuals, like so-called Christians, who say, yeah, we love homosexuals. All right? Yeah, we know that they're, what they're doing is wrong, and we agree with that, but we still love them because they could change. And let me say this, yeah, it is true that the Lord could change a homosexual. That is true. The Lord could do that. All right? The Lord could change a man, okay, from the homosexual acts. That's possible. Nowhere in the scriptures does it say that the Lord can't do that. All right? So yeah, a homosexual can be saved. Okay? First you have to be a Jew, though. If you're not an Israelite, you can't receive salvation, because salvation is only for Israel. Okay? Now here I have the Holy Apocrypha, which this is part of the Bible, just in case there's any scoffers out there. Let's see. There's something here I wanted to come get. There's actually two good scriptures on this page. Ecclesiasticus chapter 15 and verse 20. He that commands no man to do wickedly, or it's like he have commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man a license to sin. Yeah, so you guys going out there, committing evil. Oh, well, I can eat a pork sandwich because sweet Jesus died for me. The scriptures say that once you know what you're doing is wrong, there remains no sacrifice for sin. First of all, 1 John 3 and 4, for sin is the transgression of the law. So sin is the transgression of the law. But you said there is no law, that means there can be no sin. So therefore you have no reason to be saved. Okay? It's plain and simple. Alright? And this is the main point I wanted to get. Ecclesiasticus chapter 15, verse 13. The Lord hates all abomination, and they that fear Yahawah love it not. Let's read that again. Ecclesiasticus chapter 15, verse 13. The Lord hates all abominations, and they that fear Yahawah love it not. Right, so it says the Most High hates all abominations. Another good one, Psalms 5 and 5. The foolish shall not stand in your sight, thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Even in the Apocrypha, I don't know the verse off the top of my head, but the scriptures say even in the Apocrypha that the Lord hates sinners. Okay? But anyway, I think I'm going to close the lesson off with that. I'll let it run just another minute to 20 seconds. 20 minutes, because I have a little bit of OCD. So it's just better to see it at 20 instead of 19. Just a personal issue. Let's see. The Apocrypha is so deep that there's always some good information that can always be taken out of it that we can apply to our lessons, man. Oh, look at this. Let's even get this, man. Ecclesiasticus chapter 30 and verse 17. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. Okay? Now, why am I bringing that out? Let's focus on continual sickness. Well, let's say that sickness is talking about homosexuality. That's a sickness. Our homosexuality is a sickness, man. Our being attracted to someone who is your gender, man. Or pedophilia, real pedophilia, okay? Because we've been called pedophiles, which we're not, because you don't even know what the word means. The word pedophile in the English dictionary means an adult attracted to a child. Now, a child is a person who's in between birth to puberty. Okay, the word adult means a person who's sexually mature. So we're talking about children from birth until puberty. Okay, if you're attracted to that, then you got some type of mental issue, man. Okay, they don't got no secondary sexual characteristics. That's what a man looks for. Okay, so how can you be attracted to a little girl that's like 4 feet tall that has no breast or anything else, man? That's sickness, man. However, it's not a sickness for a man to be attracted to a 14-year-old. There's nothing wrong with that, man. You see how they're built, man. Especially nowadays, man. You have some girls who you start looking like they're a fully grown women at 11 years old, and I've seen them before. And why is that? Because they're women. And when's a girl become a woman? When she gets her menstrual cycle, that means she can have babies, right? So that's when she becomes a woman. Okay, so if you're a 40-year-old man attracted to a 15-year-old, you're not some type of weirdo, man. God's with that. What about King David? When King David, if you read 1 Kings chapter 1, verse 1, King David, when he was on his deathbed, they brought him a young girl, man. It doesn't say how old she was. Why does it need to say that? It said it was an old King David, which he was damn near, I don't know how old, probably 100-some years old. All right, because back then, men lived longer than they do today. But they brought him a young virgin, man. Which back then, a virgin would probably be from, 11 to 15. Okay? It'd be hard to find someone who's over 15 that was a virgin. It's almost unheard of. And you can even look that up online, man. Okay, so, it's just case closed, man. All you guys have an issue with that. You clearly don't know the scriptures. Okay, so anyway, that being said, I'm going to give all praise to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. If that being said, I'm going to say shalom.